Well, Sabbath greetings, everyone. I hope you've had a wonderful week. It's been a good week here in Sussex overall. I've had a great week. It's started to cool off quite a bit, but we still don't have any snow in this area at least, and so the sun has been out, so that's a positive thing. But I hope you've had a great week. I just wanted to spend a little bit of time. I just can't resist sticking with what I've been doing, and that's just going through a proverb for whatever day it happens to fall on. And so it works out that November and December, the Sabbaths fall on different days. So we'll cover some different proverbs here in the month of December. For December 9th, of course, it's Proverbs 9. This is a very interesting proverb because there's two separate but similar ways of dealing with the contrast between wisdom and those who fall for the seductress woman. Put it that way. So in Proverbs 9 it says, "Wisdom has built her house, she's hewn out her 7 pillars, and slaughtered her meat, and mixed her wine, she's furnished her table, she's sent out her maidens, she cries out from the highest places of the city, whoever is simple, let him turn in here. As for him who lacks understanding, she says to him, Come, eat of my bread, and drink of the wine I have mixed. Forsake foolishness, and live, and go in the way of understanding." So, this is what wisdom has said. Wisdom has built her house. And talking about taking care of business here, and those who are simple in a right way, turn in here, and if you lack understanding, she says to him, "Come and eat of my bread." So be always seeking wisdom. Do what needs to be done and seek after wisdom, and be simple in that way, and understand that it's wisdom to seek after understanding, to do what needs to be done. It says in verse 7, "He who corrects a scoffer gets shame for himself, and he who rebukes a wicked man only harms himself." There are a lot of scriptures about trying to rebuke a scoffer, or trying to basically get into these arguments and all of these debates with scoffers and people that their intentions, their motivation are not right. And so that's the idea here. He who corrects a scoffer, all it does is it brings shame on you. We get heated, and sometimes we want so badly to tell people just how ignorant they are, but it says right here, just leave them alone. He who rebukes a wicked man only harms himself. Do not correct a scoffer, lest he hate you. Rebuke a wise man, and he will love you. So you have to be able to discern the attitude on the other end, whether or not you want to get into a debate or try to correct someone who may be wrong on a certain point. It depends on what kind of attitude you're facing there, whether it's a scoffer or someone who genuinely is looking for correction and is ready to be teachable and correctable. Give instruction to a wise man, and he will be still wiser. Teach a just man, and he'll increase in learning. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the Holy One is understanding. Fear, the fear of God, the proper fear of God, is the key to gaining wisdom. So we all need to be certainly focused on that and praying for that in a right way. "For by me your days will be multiplied, and years of life will be added to you. If you're wise for yourself. And if you scoff, you will bear it alone." If you're wise, you are wise for yourself, and if you scoff, you will bear it alone. So just again, it's an attitude, it's an approach to life and how we do things, and the overall attitude about life that we have. And then it switches gears here in verse 13. It says, "A foolish woman is clamorous." So at the beginning we saw wisdom. There's a personification that wisdom has built her house. And so there's one woman, the wise woman, and how a wise woman handles herself. And then here, a foolish woman is clamorous. She's simple and knows nothing. "For she sits at the door of her house on a seat by the highest places of the city, to call to those who pass by, who go straight on their way. Whoever is simple, let him turn in here." So again, that's sort of a different type of simple here. The margin here says naive. So when we say we want to be simple, we don't want to be naive. in that way. And so this is what it's referring to here, a different kind of simple. Simple in this case is meaning naive. Let him turn in here. And as for him who lacks understanding, she says to him, stolen water is sweet, and bread eaten in secret is pleasant. Oh, isn't it exciting to do something in secret that no one else knows about? Isn't that exciting? That stolen water is sweet. But he does not know that the dead are there, that her guests are in the depths of hell. So the bottom line is what they're saying here. There's two different approaches here. There's wisdom, who makes sure that there is a focus on doing what is right and what needs to be done. And then there's the foolish. Those that are wise know how to deal with life situations, even with scoffers, and those that would otherwise want to draw us into some kind of foolish debate. And we have to have wisdom to know when to just let them be. Don't get into those kind of conversations. And then the other side of that is the foolish or the naive, and those who are given over to the excitement of secret things. And brethren, the fact of the matter is nothing that is hidden. There's nothing that's hidden that will not eventually be revealed. And so we need to understand that premise as well. And we know that nothing is ever done in secret. And so all these ideas here that somehow we're getting by with something if we're stepping out and doing those things that we know we had not to do, because God sees it all. And He is totally in the know when it comes to our motivation, our intentions, and whether we tend to be more wise or foolish and naive. And that's another reason why the Proverbs are so important. They teach us how to be wise and how to avoid foolishness and naivety. So let's all focus on praying for more wisdom, asking God for it, and using what wisdom He gives us to discern how to live this life and how to live it with understanding, with wisdom, and to do those things that are pleasing in God's sight. So I hope you all have a tremendous Sabbath. That was all of Proverbs 9. But I hope you have a great Sabbath wherever you plan to keep it. We have changed up the schedule a little bit, and I'll be sending out some information here for the announcements about some changes to the schedule. We are planning on being in Chicago this Sabbath, and Chicago only. So we'll be in Chicago this Sabbath. Looking forward to seeing the brethren there. The rest of you we will see in the weeks ahead. I hope you have a fantastic Sabbath. I love you all. I'm praying for you, and I appreciate your prayers for me and for my family. Take care. Have a wonderful Sabbath, and we'll talk again real soon.